Okay, so I'm making this video as a quick tutorial, again, as a day in the life of. So I have a Ford F-150 Lariat. It's a 2020, not that old. Turns out I have a leak, comes in from the ceiling up here, passenger side. Went online, Googled it. Ford said basically there are two common problems: either the sunroof leaks or this thing on top. It's a secondary antenna for GPS. That thing leaks also around the gasket seal. So I'm going to do two things today. If you look under here, you can see down there is a tube. I've already secured that from underneath when I pulled down with the zip tie, and I think you can see it right there. So push that back on, put a zip tie on it to make sure that sucker doesn't fall off again. Another common cause of it is those tubes clog up, and then water sits up top here, and it'll actually leak around your whole sunroof if you don't keep it nice and moist. And you can see they got lube on it, so they did a good job. Bought it used, didn't buy it new. But what also I'm going to do, this gasket has a tendency to fail, and if it's not tight, it'll also fail. So I'm going to add some silicone right around the edges here, push it up, and then tighten her back up, and it shouldn't leak moving forward. So I'll go ahead and videotape putting it back. Taking it apart was pretty simple, same screws, so you get the idea. But I'll go ahead and add the silicone, put it back, and then close it up. All right, I went and added some GE silicone, waterproof, supposed to last 10 years, underneath, and I reattached that. See, it's tight, it's not going anywhere. Shouldn't get to that inner seal, which is what is really causing a leak. This outer seal, as you can see, to me it's not perfect, could probably be better, but I'm not worried about it because it's not going to the inside of the truck, so it can sit there. Reattached the one bolt right here after pushing the liner back up, because you have to tuck it back in underneath the side here. Pull this out around it, right, all the way down, as you can see right here. See where it meets. And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is attach this back, push it up, and then put the bolt in, and then the headliner for the most part will be reattached, and then I'll show you how to reattach that piece right there on the side. It's pretty simple. All right, stay tuned. All right, that's reattached, clipped in, that's reattached. And all you do with this piece, flip it around, go up, and it snaps into place. And so you put it on the back, it's a little tough. I'm gonna use both hands, but you just snap it, pop it up, start at the back, and push forward. All right, I'll be right back to show you how to reattach that piece. All right, back to reattach this piece. As you can see, there's a channel down there. I got the two prongs, they go right in, and then it'll come down. So put that in, and then this will go over top. This will go up and snap in. Kind of see there. So I'm gonna push it in, make sure it snaps, and then we'll go ahead and add our bolt there, and add our bolt underneath there. So I need two hands, so I'm gonna take another break after popping it in, and just make sure your gasket stays on the outside of it when you pop it in. Okay, as you can see, it popped right in. So gasket's on the outside, can't stress that enough. That's most people make a mistake. Then I'll come down and add the bolts. All right, she's back together. So that was the bolt there, and that was the bolt there. Added back on, as you can see, good and tight. Everything fits perfect. Everything looks nice. The headliner is back to what it was before I ripped it apart. Again, I just added a zip tie to the drain tube going from the sunroof down after checking to make sure there was nothing blocking it. And then I used silicone going around the inner side of the outer side of the inner gasket on that top antenna. So for that, that's what I used. Simple fix, took me about 15 minutes. I'll be honest, before this I owned a Toyota, but if this thing runs for 200,000 plus, like the Toyota did, and that's all I have to fix on it is a simple leak like that, which took me less than 15 minutes, and a 10 millimeter socket For the other one with the headrest, it was a right there, 7mm socket. So 2 sockets and a zip tie and a silicone, and should be fixed. We'll know next time it rains, but that is the most common problems with the leaks on the right passenger side of the Ford F-150 trucks. Thank you. Like the video, subscribe, do many different things every day. Thank you again for your time.